Jimmy, man, give me the status. Tell me we good. Beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna
is
be an
definitely
all time of the night.
what he said. Uh huh.
All right. Fire 'em up.
And just in case you guys didn't know who that was Ludacris, and that was from the movie Too Fast, Too Furious, because it is, ladies and gentlemen, going to be an all timer tonight. Who am I? I am your boy, Willie Epstein Jr. What do? I talk a lot of noise and I talk a lot of stuff. But on this particular episode, we have some very, 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 very special ladies as we are continuing our celebration of Women's History Month. I'm going to bring in the ladies here in just a second. We've got Patrice, we've got Tisha, we've got Rachel, we've got Leslie, and we've got Shatona. All of them have been on the show except for one, and that would, of course, be Leslie. But you know how we do it. First time guest, anytime after that, family. Although me and Leslie go back like, I don't know, 503 years. I mean, I think we saw the dinosaurs together. So it's all gravy. So let's go ahead and get to this, man. You already know what we got to do, though. You already know what it is. So come on and join me. Let's go get it. Here we go. Time it is when I tell you this is what this is. Willie Epting Jr., SBMG, Women's Her Story Month. And we've got these ladies in the building. They're going to be telling their stories. We're going to laugh. Some of us might even cry. We're going to laugh again. And then we're going to get up out of here because that is just what we do. All right. First up. Well, this lady right here, she is the reason why I am where I am. She is the better half. She is the one that said that I am putting all of his clothes out of the closet and the closet will be entirely mine. And you know that can't be nobody but, there she is in all her loveliness. Patrice Epting. Patrice.
Hey, how y'all doing? Good to be here.
Good to be here, huh? Good for you to be here as well. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, although you really didn't have a choice. I shouldn't say that, but it's true. It's true. All right, next up, she is the star of a show divided. She is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I am, of course, a Raider fan. That is the name of our show. The Kansas City Chiefs. I hate them. They happen to win the Super Bowl again this year. This just in, ladies and gentlemen. I still hate them, but I'm gonna bring her in anyway. Tisha C, what's up, Tisha?
So honored to be here. Thank you, and hello, Patrice.
Hello.
All right,
Willie
so
doesn't get me.
yeah, whatever. I hate them. So next up, man, this woman right here. She's been on the show before. I don't have enough superlatives to describe everything she is and all that she does. She is a world renowned conflict resolution specialist. She is the founder and CEO of the Finest Hour PR. If your company is in trouble, call my cousin Tona because she will get you out of it. There she is. Welcome back, cuz. How you doing? You're muted. There you
gotta
go.
be smart enough to unmute it. Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, she is the first lady of sports. She is the her behind her in the huddle. All things Cleveland, Ohio sports, Northeast Ohio sports. I happen to be a frequent guest on her show on Mondays, 5 to 6 Central Time, WOVU 95.9 in Cleveland, Ohio. We're talking about Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, Ohio State alum, Rachel Hill. What's up, sis?
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Rachel.
All right, so I hope you ladies enjoyed that intro. I can't dance, but I hope it made y'all want to get up and boogie, because that's what I thought of whenever I put all that together. So are y'all ready to get into this? I promise it's gonna be fun.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, since Patrice, since you are the one that spoke out first, I guess you know that means you're gonna get the first question. You do know that, right?
Okay. I can handle it, I think.
All right, but before we do that, though, you got to give everybody a fun fact about yourself.
Oh, okay. Fun facts. When I was thinking about the fun facts, I was like, okay, fun fact, fun facts. You never think about fun facts when it's you. So then I had to think, okay, so here's a fun fact. My most prized possession is a rock. And I have to say
I
that
didn't know that.
I found this rock when I was in the 4th grade at Girl Scout camp. And the reason why it's my most prized possession.
Babe, Patrice, hold that thought. I I forgot to bring in Leslie.
You left somebody out. Oh,
Let me bring in her. She gets the best introduction of all. This woman right here has had to shake back from so many things. I adore her. I have known her for more than 40 years. I want about 40 years. I have so much respect for her. Although you may not believe that because I forgot to bring her in, but that's neither here nor there. We're not going to dwell on the old stuff. But when I tell you this woman is phenomenal, and she has had to shake back from so many things, it is incredible. I'm very, very happy that she's feeling well enough to be here. And I'm talking about Leslie Jones. Hey, Leslie, please.
Hello.
Please forgive me, Leslie. Oh my God.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well,
you already had one strike when you said you didn't like the Kansas City Chiefs. So, but
oh God, are you serious?
2 strikes.
Oh my God. No, I can deal with the strike, but I can't deal with her being a Chiefs fan.
Well, you know.
No, I don't know. No, I don't like this.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood. You know, I had family on that team, so I had, have to support.
Okay, so okay, Tisha, they're gonna make me do it. They're gonna make me do it. A 30-29 loss to those Chiefs on Monday Night Football at the end of Week 5. The bet was that if the Chiefs were to win, I would have to wear a Chiefs hat for until the next time the Raiders and the Chiefs played, and vice versa. If the Raiders were to have won, then Tisha was going to have to wear a Raiders hat until the next time the two teams faced off with each other. So after doing a little research and thinking that it was going to be probably in week 7 or 8 or 9 or somewhere in there, no. Now I got to wear this hat on this show until week 18 because that is when we play each other again. Whatever. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to ever have to play that again. Anyway, Leslie, I'm gonna allow you to go ahead and continue to be on the show, but that's okay. Let's get some fun facts about you guys. Leslie, go first. Give me a fun fact, or give everybody a fun fact. Oh, wait a minute before we do that. Thank you guys out there for checking us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, Twitter. Shakeback Media Group, as well as Sideline Sports, SSN_LV Raiders, my all Raider content Twitter page. 9,700 followers. We are steamrolling towards 10 racks. Go out there and smash the subscribe button as well as the follow page. I promise you will not be sorry. Okay, Leslie, give us some fun facts about Leslie.
Fun facts about me. Well, the first one is I guess you and I are just on different sides of the ball as far as football goes. But fun fact about me, I'm a tomboy. You know, not many people know that, but my friends do. I'm a tomboy. I hate combing my hair. I hate carrying a purse. I'm a woman, but I'm I'm a tomboy, you know. I can watch football games and basketball games. I even watch car repair shows, you know, in the middle of the night. I'm just, nobody would know that about me, but I sit up all night and I watch car repair shows, makeover shows. So you would know that about me.
Well, now the whole world knows. Thank you for that. And we're going to swing it back over. We're going to actually go to Rachel. Rachel, fun fact about Rachel.
Oh man, I guess I feel like there's so many different facets of who I am. I guess a fun fact about me is like I have OCD with even numbers. So I always have to have everything even. I don't have two cars, you know, because that's a lot of money. But, you know, like I'm obsessed with everything. Like it has to have two of everything. Like today at lunch, we had a St. Patrick's Day lunch and I had to have two cookies. I couldn't just have one cookie. I got to have two cookies. So stuff like that, you know.
Very, very interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting. So you're going to end up having two houses, two businesses, $2 million, all that kind of stuff.
If I can, absolutely.
There you go. All right. And I'm going to bring in Shatona because I don't know how many fun facts we have. Look, y'all, we could have a whole separate show of fun facts when it comes to Miss Nelson. So, Shatona, if you don't mind, give us one fun fact about yourself. After you unmute. After you unmute.
Everything is. Were you asking me what was something about me? It literally froze, and I was like, I heard the two cookies, and that was it.
Oh, well, Rachel says she has OCD.
Fun. Right, and she needed the two cookies at the St. Patrick's Day party. I heard that, then it was gone.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys, I'm having internet problems over it. Something fun about me. Something interesting. Isn't that funny? I'm not sure I even know. Oh, okay. So I think I can still do cheers, but before I like show the cheerleaders that I coach, I like cut on music in the bathroom and do weird cheers. And I often find myself trying to learn the TikTok dances. It's true. And they're trying to do the pretty girl walk and all of that stuff. And it is bad. It is just all bad.
All right. Patrice, come on with your rock story.
Oh, you want my rock story? I've had a rock since I was in fourth grade. I found it at Girl Scout camp. But the special thing about the rock is that it has a hole in it. And the saying is that it's good luck when you find a rock with a hole in it. And you don't find the rock finds you. And you have the best of luck. So I don't know how that went, but I'm still here and I'm still okay. So that's my most prized possession and fun fact about me.
Let me borrow it just for a little bit. I just need it when I get on the flight. When I come back, you can have it back.
Look,
and hold the rock.
When she started talking about rocks and holes, I thought she was talking about my head. Okay, Tisha, give us a fun fact about you. And don't say those damn Kansas City Chiefs.
No, well, I mean, I have a huge love for football. It's a huge passion, but no, that has nothing to do with it. So, fun fact about me is when I was very, very young, I actually, I bought a motorcycle. It was completely terrifying to me, but I did it anyways. And I've since owned. Now I'm on number 4, and it's such passion. It's something I just absolutely love to. I love to go out and ride. I'm a bit of a gearhead myself. So Leslie, rock on, be a tomboy. There's nothing wrong with that. Cause you really, the bad thing is like, if you really want to have a purse, which I do carry one, you have to buy like a bigger bike with like the saddlebags. And that was hurtful for me, but I'm getting over it. It is kind of nice to have when you're traveling.
Holy cow. That's amazing. And very, very entertaining. I'm glad you guys did that. May I share a fun fact about myself? Yes? Shake your head like this. She said, no, you got to go. Bye. You are the weakest link. Okay. I contemplated on whether I was going to do this or not, but I think we're all in a good place. Fun fact about me in regards to this show. I am on this show and on this panel are two people. The one person I had my very first date with, and then the very person that I had my last first date with. That would be Leslie. She was my first date to my 8th grade basketball banquet, and then of course Patrice was my last first date when we met at Starbucks back in 2012. So that's a fun fact about me. All right, so let's get.
Oh my God! No, he didn't.
That's
Hold
a
on
great
here.
fun fact.
And
Listen, I didn't tell my husband that part. I didn't tell him that part. Yeah, okay, bust me out.
It's all good. All right, so let's get into this. I want to begin by first of all again saying thank you guys for doing this. There's not enough of this going around, in my opinion. The only thing I wish for, and it's coming, is that our platform was large enough to where this can be held not just in a virtual setting, but in a virtual setting in front of hundreds of thousands of people, because it's that important to me that you guys are celebrated and empowered and all those great things. So let's start with Tona. Looking back over the past few years and the precedents that we have seen set by women, which one stands out to you the most? You probably set some of those precedents yourself. Okay, she's frozen. We're going to move on to the next person. Rachel, same question. After you unmute yourself.
I know that's what I was trying to do. You said, looking back, the precedents we've seen set by women.
Yeah.
I think Michelle Obama being the first lady of the United States was, set a precedent set by Black women and leading with style, dignity, and grace. So I think that's something important, that somebody that can be looked up to. I understand the book was a bestseller. I've not had the opportunity to read it yet. But I would say Michelle Obama set excellent precedents for being a first lady.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that. Leslie, up next, same question. What's for you? Seeing all these precedents, which one stands out to you the most?
Honestly, I thought about this question, and mine is a little bit more personal, as you mentioned, I've been through some things, the last couple of years, and the women in my life set a precedent these last couple of years. My sisters, my friend groups, my sister-in-laws, which I don't call them my sister-in-laws, but they're my sisters. I was diagnosed with cancer November of 2021, and I ended up having to move to Little Rock, Arkansas to get a stem cell transplant. My family wanted to be there with me, so my sisters, and they know who they are, I won't name them all. They did everything from t-shirt drives to sending me money, sending me care packages. The only thing I had to worry about the entire time that I was in Arkansas and in that hospital was me. I mean, they took care of everything from gift cards for food, just everything. It's like everybody came together, and I had a total village. Even the apartment that we stayed in was paid for by my sisters, my close-knit, my family, my girlfriends. I had fuzzy socks. I had everything, anything that I could possibly have needed. My girls provided it. My sisters and my friends and my cousins provided that for me. So I can't say a famous person set a precedent or anything like that. Those ladies showed what true sisterhood and love is, and what coming together is. We even have a Facebook group called Solid. It's Sisters of Leslie in Deliverance. And they've all supported me, and they still do. I get text messages, phone calls, almost every day from somebody, and that's who I give that credit to my sisters and my friends.
Yeah, and I remember when the news first came out about it, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Um, immediately started thinking about you and wishing you well and prayers and all the good things that go along with that. And I actually have one of those solid tees. I actually wore it in Turkey and did a video tribute to you while we were in Turkey. All right.
Exactly. And I
Yes.
appreciated that. I was like, I've made it out of the country. I've never been, but I've made it.
Yeah. All right, Shatona. So you're back, or are you?
I'm back.
Okay, you're back. So give us a fun fact about you. Oh, no. You did the fun fact. Give us
I did.
one precedent that we've seen from women over these past few years. Which one stands out to you?
So for me, I'm gonna go a little bit more personal as well. I think what Leslie said was incredible, and I'm happy to see you on here. And I didn't want to skip a moment to say that and to let you know that I'm praying for you, and that whether strangers or not, we here with you, right? Because all we have is each other. We often forget that. So sending you love. So for me, if I'm gonna talk about that, her saying that, it just made me think about my bloodline in general of the type of women that I came from. And for me, if I'm talking presidents, I'm talking about strength, but vulnerability, right? And I've seen it in my family, right? I grew up in a family where my mother would cuss everybody out and tell us to go do something, and then she'd cook us a meal in the kitchen. And it wasn't until I was 30 plus that I realized what she was doing was teaching me a lesson, but showing me love and teaching me something that ultimately we don't always know, that love isn't love until it's tested or until it's rough or until it comes with something, right? It's good when it's cushy, but once love has to go through the fire and people have to sit there with you and they have to talk to you, or they got to cook for you when they don't feel like cooking because they shouldn't be cooking, because you shouldn't be coming in the house at 3 o'clock in the morning anyway with whatever you have on, and she a Christian grandmama, but she cook it anyway. And I think that's what it is for me, understanding womanhood by the generation of women that I come from and the women that's come into my family, including Patrice, and having to deal with us Eptons, and just learning that love and vulnerability go together, and sometimes they're really tough things, but it's still love.
Shout out to TT. I love you. We're gonna get down there to see y'all soon. I promise. Shout out to
We
Shavella.
waiting.
Huh?
We waiting.
Yeah. Shout out to Shavella. That is actually your mom, of course, and she is my first cousin. I want to say she's a year younger than me. So that was lovely. Appreciate that. Patrice, unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted. I love what these ladies are saying, and for women who set precedents, and you can look at a lot of women, and I've said before that when you think about a woman, if you are sitting in your room, or if you're sitting in your bedroom, or you're sitting in your car listening to this right now, thank a woman, because that's the way you got here. And some people have moms in their lives, some people may not have moms in their lives, but a woman is what brought you through. And so I'm giving all the shout outs to, I'm going to say, the GOAT. And if you see my shirt I'm wearing, a GOAT, I think a woman is the GOAT. And so I give all the precedents that women have been behind, lots of things. I could name many things, but think about it. It all began with you coming into this world with a woman, by a woman. And so I give all those shout outs to all of you guys that's on here, and all the moms that we know, and all women, because we're all putting it in, we're all doing the work, and we're all making it happen. So shout out to all women, because we're the GOAT.
That's right. Goatettes. I guess it would be goatette, right?
No, just the GOAT.
Just the goat. Okay. Tisha, come on, girl.
Oh, I struggled with this question like a little bit because I also went personal with it. But I was very, very, very fortunate in my life. I had a grandmother to look up to. She was, and still probably to this day, the strongest woman I've ever known. She fought through so much and did so much with so little. And honestly, it took a minute for me to realize like what that really meant. But when I did, it's been, I've soared. But yeah, so my sister also, my grandmother, I have an aunt that's a teacher, and I looked up to her so much when I was young, and she taught me so many things that are honestly irreplaceable. So I guess I have like multiple people, and I'm thankful for all of them. But it's in all different ways. But every way has been amazing, and I wouldn't be here where I am if not for that.
How awesome is that? I mean, and it's okay to have many people. I mean, Patricia shouted out to all of womankind all over the world, those that are here and those that have not yet been here yet. All right, so let's move forward to the next question. This is one of my favorite ones, and I'm going to bring in Rachel Hill because she hasn't. Y'all, Rachel has the most distinct laugh of anybody I have ever met. And whenever she laughs, I laugh at her laugh. So I got to say something on here today to make her do that laugh. Okay, Rachel. So if your past self could have a conversation with your present self, how would that talk sound?
Oh, it was if my past self could have a conversation with my present self, it tell me to believe in myself, continue to strive and work hard towards your goals, and a lot of stuff and what people say really doesn't matter. So I think it would be a talk of encouragement and just, continue to live your life, the right way and stuff like that.
Would your past self tell your current self about the OCD about even numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, so you had that back then?
Yeah, like when I would walk home from school, I'd only take 2 steps in a square of concrete.
So it took you an hour to get home then.
Took me
There's a
long
laugh.
time.
I got you. I got her. All right, Leslie. If your past self could have a conversation with your present self, how would that talk sound? What would it sound like?
Wow. Leslie, you're gonna be okay. It's all gonna work out. Everything will be fine. Because I have a habit of being like a worry wart. I don't know if you could tell, but I have a little spot in my head right here where when I get nervous or something, I just constantly, rubbing my head. So my past self would tell my present self, it's gonna be okay. It all works out. It all works out. You're doing great.
And you are doing great. And you've been doing great. And you're gonna continue to do great. So that's great. All right, Tona. So what you got? What would your past self say to your present self? Or what did I say? Oh yeah, your past self have a conversation with your present self.
What did he say? What did I say? I'm not about to play with him. My past self will tell my present self to practice the same compassion for myself as I do with others. I would just tell myself, listen, as hard as you are on yourself, all those bad decisions and the good ones all form something great because we're all on a journey, everybody. And I would just remind myself to have some compassion and remind that little voice in my head to just talk to me nicely because it's the one that I have to live with and it's the one that's always going to be with me no matter what else is happening. So I would just be like, girl, compassion, child. Just show yourself some compassion.
Woo, child.
Because I'm hard on myself. I don't know about y'all. All women, all right?
That's why you guys are here. So y'all can bounce these things off one another. And look, the prayer is that every one of y'all will take something away from each one of you that will improve who you are. That is what this is. Tisha, don't cry. Come on. I got you.
I'm not.
Don't cry.
I completely I completely agree with that though, because I'm also that way as well. I can say something and know it within my heart, and then I just can't. I can't for myself. So I get it.
Yeah,
Gotta do better.
and we've had some talks during the show about those things, and eh, I wish I could tell. Well, I have told you, and I'll tell you again that it's okay to be that way, but when you need that same thing, you have to have somebody in your corner that you can count on that will be able to do that. Patrice, is this the question you said you didn't like?
No. What my past self would say to my current self is to be positive to myself. And Shatona, you're right. We are the hardest person. The person I'm the hardest on is myself, and I don't give myself the credit I deserve. I don't give myself the chances I give other people. And my past self should say, "You is kind. You is important. You are beautiful. And when you thought you was fat, you was really fine." And we're so hard on ourselves. And my children had to tell me as they were coming up, I would say these negative things like, "Oh, I look horrible in that," or I say these things and I catch myself. But you don't catch yourself until you hear yourself through your own children. And that taught me, oh my goodness, that I'm teaching them the same thing that maybe I learned, and just to be negative about yourself. But we have to remember is that there's lots of negativity out there in the world. We just have to understand that we have to be kind. Kindness has to start from within. You have to love self. Self-care is love. And we have to love ourselves. And I do want to share this too. I used to be really hard on myself about my stomach. I have a little fupa, but it's okay. That fupa
And a
housed
husband that won't go nowhere. What you
and
mean?
it
You better be
housed
proud of that,
3
Fupa.
humans. And so I had to turn the narrative around and say, you know what? That housed 3 humans. That was a house for 3 humans, and it did its job, and it did its job well. And I have to be, so I started changing the narrative and being kind to myself and loving me. And so my past self would tell my present self to love yourself more. Or my present self would tell my past self.
Yeah,
And
that
not
part.
just your kids either, girl, because I used to stalk you to get some grace for the day. You and Willie, I go find y'all's Facebook pages, and so many times we don't know, like perfect strangers or even family, just go and look for a reason to smile. And your smile used to really literally brighten my day. And I think that's
Oh,
important because, I'm 34 and that don't mean a lot to a lot of people. But for me, I really look up to women like you because you just have what a lot of us younger girls want. So you talking about you on there feeling some kind of way about you, and I'm up in there like, look how she just be smiling. She just be happy all the time. Look at what they have, and it's bigger than your kids. And as women, and that's true story. My granny will tell you, I'd be like, let me go stalk them and see what they doing. And
oh
just the
my goodness.
smallest thing, even little comments would brighten my day. And it's important, and we owe that to ourselves and to other women, the people that's looking at us when we don't even know that people are looking, and we beating ourselves down, and someone somewhere is being like, man, that's the dream. That's what it looks like.
Oh wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh whew, that right there. I thought y'all would be the ones that's gonna cry, but I might be the one that's crying in the car, like like you said on Friday. And I was gonna throw a joke in there, but thank you, cuz you just ruined my opportunity to tell a joke. So with that, yeah. So with that being said, hey, when she tell y'all about her granny, man, that woman there, you talk about an OG, triple OG, OG. That's my TT Bobby for real. Okay, we got everybody right with that question. Yes, shake your head like this. All right. This is the question that Patrice didn't like, so I'm gonna skip past it. She wasn't the only one. They said I was tripping when I asked it, so I'm gonna keep on going. All right, so
What was the question? Let's hear it.
okay. What advice would your current self give to your future self?
only because that's kind of redundant and it's the same as what we just talked about.
I kind of agree with that a little bit, but also, I mean, it could be answered, but I agree.
But I can give you some advice.
No. That's okay. That's okay.
Live
Yeah.
life to the fullest.
Don't ask a
Because
question
you
like that
only
ever
have
again.
one. You
Oh,
live
yeah.
life to the fullest because you only have one.
Tony, you had something?
Yeah, just if you get too caught up worried about your future, then you're gonna miss your present. And by the time you get to your future, then you're gonna miss everything that you had there. Make time to be present. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, sit with it and enjoy where you are. Because if you worry about the past, you can't change it, and you worry about the future that you may never make it to. But if you take time right now in this very moment and take it in, you'll be okay. You worry about bills that may come tomorrow, you may not wake up tomorrow, or you may hit the lottery tomorrow. And you worry about if you're gonna be fat in the future, but if you do your makeup right and flip the hair out just a little bit, you're gonna be all right, and somebody's gonna like it. So if there was any advice, it would be like, focus on your present. Although it will create your future, if you can just be present. And I hate to get all biblical, but listen, that's literally what God was telling you to do. Stop all that worrying, sitting now. You don't have a right to worry about. If you can just focus on right now, then I can talk to you. And if I can talk to you, I can change everything that you're worrying about.
That's my life. That's how I live my life now. I live today. What happens today happens today. I look forward to the future, but I live every day for today. And there's nothing that there's nothing that I say, well, I can't do that. Well, I shouldn't do that. Or I don't, I shouldn't. No, if there's something that I want to do now, I'm going to do it, because I always had these reservations. I shouldn't do that. Or this or that. But with the change that I've had in my life these last 2 years, the sky is the limit for me. I mean, there's just about I can't think of not one thing that I, wouldn't do that's not, illegal or anything. But I want to travel. I want to do stuff, and I want to build a stronger relationship with God. I just want to be, wow. I get what you're saying. Live, for now, because you never know about tomorrow. You never know about tomorrow.
You're just so inspirational. But look, if you do something illegal, you get my number. You call me.
Okay, yeah. Give me your number, because I have been known to,
live a
The
little bit.
opinions expressed of these ladies belong to these ladies only and do not reflect those of the Shake Back Media Group.
Look, I'm 52. I'm ready. Whatever you got, let's do it.
I got a PR degree too. Shoot. Anyway.
Well, Willie, tell them what I tell you about waking up every morning.
Give me a kiss.
No,
Oh.
I tell him all the time. I was like, you know what? We survived the night.
Amen.
We survived the night. Be happy in the morning. Because I'm smiles. I'm talkative. I'm a sunshine baby in the morning, and he's not so much. But I was like, what's wrong? We survived the night. You have to live life for the moment you have it and enjoy it.
Well, it kind of sounds like to me that was a pretty good question after all.
Just like a man to make it work for him.
Hey,
that's
because I'm surrounded by people who are smarter than me.
The goats took it.
Exactly.
The goats took it.
I ain't ashamed.
It's not that it was a good question. It's just that anything that you throw at a woman, she'll turn it into something. You know that. You give her a house, she'll turn it into a home. You give her a seed, she'll make a baby. I'm just saying, ain't nothing bad. It could be bad, and we still gonna make it into something. Ain't nobody tell you yet.
Right.
That's all good.
This is the Shatona Nelson show, and she is part.
You better act like you know. You better act like you know when you give us something we'll do with it now.
That and again, all jokes aside, this is the reason why this needs to be a bigger deal than it is. All of your answers have been terrific, and I'm learning something from each one of you that needs to. These are seeds that are going to be planted for everybody that's out there watching and will ultimately be listening on, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, shameless plug. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right. Did everybody, Rachel, do you want to answer that question since they said it was a bad question, but they ended up answering it anyway? Or you already did, didn't you?
I think for me, the question would be, what would your former self tell your younger self?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, it would be to make better decisions, especially when I was in college, because I didn't make good decisions back then. So, related to career, men, sex, stuff like that. So I think, that conversation with my younger self would, be smart about things, and stuff like that. So.
All right. Let's plug right along. One significant life event, Patrice, that you've had to shake back from.
I've had several life events that
Everybody
I had to shake
has
back
several. That's why I
from.
only asked for one.
And the one thing that um that stands out to me is that, my kid's dad was murdered. And when that happened, my kids were young, and it was hard within itself, but I had to remain strong during that time because I had to be there for my children. And during that time, I was trying to move forward in my career. I'm a teacher of 31 years. And at that time, I was pursuing a principalship, and I had great aspects. And in all likelihood, I would have become a principal. But at that moment, I decided that my kids needed me more. And so I let that dream go to make sure that they were okay during that time. And so that was a setback, losing their dad. But for me, what was most important was to being that rock for my children. And so that's something at now, when I have two children that have graduated uh, with double degrees, and graduated with, one has a degree in psychology with a minor in Chinese, another one a degree in communication with a minor in Korean, and then the youngest one, he's in college now in engineering. So for me, that was a huge weight lifted off me, that, I got them through that part. I didn't do it by myself. But that was something I had to shake back from.
Yes, you did. And let me just say this: you are a terrific mom to all of the kids. I want to say that publicly and in front of the world. Patrice Epting is the best mom of any mom that I know. And I sidebar, my mom is not included in that, but y'all know what I'm saying. All right, Tisha, one significant life event that you've had to shake back from.
I've had a TBI, which was really, really rough, a traumatic brain injury. I mean, other than just life itself, but my TBI was really, really hard for me. I was young. I was told I would never be able to do, normal things again. I was told I would never be able to walk again. Honestly, I was told it wasn't worth the life that was still in me. So, coming back from that, I did really quickly. I just feel like it was in my soul to just wake back up. And I mean, I'm here for a reason. And I think I've just never been okay with being told otherwise. I'm not quite sure I figured that out yet. I mean, I'm a mom. I've raised children, and they are amazing, and they're doing really, really well. But there's still something more for me. They're grown and graduating, and leaving the house, and that's a huge deal. Because now I'm like, now what? But I can't wait to figure it out.
Traumatic brain injury. Wow. Because when you first said TBI, I was like, what the heck is that? But how old were you when that happened?
I was 11.
Wow.
It was in, I believe, 2001. It literally happened right about, it was right, I believe it was right before the
9/11?
when the Twin Towers got hit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 9/11.
yeah. Because I tried to go back to school and I wasn't even anywhere near ready. So, but I do
Well,
remember that happening. I was at
when
school.
man when man says no, God says yes. Rachel, one significant life event that you've had to shake back from. Learning how to unmute the microphone is what she's having to shake back from.
I think it was my grandfather's passing. Me and him were like best friends, and unfortunately, he passed right after I graduated from college, so we didn't get that chance to experience, being grown, and being home and stuff like that together. So it's still a little bit hard for me because we were really good friends, and it was funny because I put on the back of my picture in like '94, like, "Grandpa, you my best friend. Don't forget me," like he was gonna forget his granddaughter. But we were really tight. So I still miss him to this very day. And it's been since 2001. So I tell everybody, cherish your grandparents because I don't have any left anymore. And it's been a while since, they passed away too. So two of them passed before I was born. And then the others passed, when I was, not too long, well, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
All right, Leslie, you kind of gave us a snippet a little while ago. I don't know if you want to repeat that or,
Well,
it's
yeah, that overcoming the cancer and dealing with that, yes. But a couple of years before that, I lost my mom. Well, she's my grandmother, but she raised me as her own daughter, and I stayed with her until she took her last breath, and it took a lot for me to be able to really grab a hold to myself after that, because when you watch someone suffering and you watch someone die, it changes you. It changes you, and it really changed me. And then when I got diagnosed with cancer, I said, well, maybe that was preparing me for how to handle things with myself, because I was having a pity party, like, why me? I have lupus. And then all of a sudden now I have cancer. So I had a pity party. Why me? Why me? Why me? And with the help of prayer and my family, my sisters and my friends, I was able to, get out of that state that I was in, that I just wanted to just really just give up. My husband, was like, come on now, let's, get it together, get it together. And so that's something that I had to shake back from. It was just like a year, the year right together. My grandmother had a stroke. I stayed with her until she passed away. Then boom, here I am with cancer. And I'm like, why me? But I learned to lean on Jehovah God and pray, and my husband was, he took very, very good care of me. So I can honestly say I've shaken back from it. I don't look like what I've been through, but I just,
hallelujah.
oh man, okay.
Hallelujah.
I'm sorry.
Hallelujah, Leslie. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Wow. Tona, come on with it. One significant event in your life that you've had
Y'all
to
over
shake
here
back
about
from.
to make me break down and cry and all kinds of stuff. Good grief, talking about survival. Um, so I was gonna go with death and some other things, but I think I'll talk about something else. I had an employee. So the Finance RPR has been around since 2018, but in 2020 it took off, and that's when I got the big clients, the big people. And I brought in a friend to work with me, and I was getting ready to buy a house. And I'll never forget it, going to the bank and realizing that friend had robbed me blind. And if you're smart, then you have insurances and things in place, although it won't give you back everything that you have. But just I'd walk this house, me and my kids had walked the house, my granny walked the house. It was perfect. I was just ready for it. And I realized she had been giving me documents that weren't true and things of that sort. But the worst part about it was a friend and it was someone that I helped who probably wasn't even qualified and she was making all the money in the world. And I'll say it was a big shake back moment for me, not in earning the money back. See, because I learned something about God. You'll lose everything and he'll give it back to you double, right?
Job.
It was never that, right? I've been sick. I've had I've lost somebody who I was supposed to be marrying, but this was, I think, my hardest moment because nothing is harder when you try to help somebody who hurt you, right? And for me, it was so challenging because I think that was the first time in my life where I had been willing to give all of me to someone to truly help them in their kids, and they taken from me. And I think that was the first time for me that I realized you can't give more to other people than what you'll give to yourself. So instead of it turning into a moment where I just hated her and all that, which I still sent to the jail, child. But what? You play with my money? Call me Rihanna, better have my money. What? Call me 50. I want your house too. I want everything you got. Believe me. But it was the biggest moment for me because it was the very first time for me as a business owner and as a woman that I had to strip everything down and look in the mirror and say, why are you so codependent and a people pleaser so much that when somebody was telling you something and your gut was telling you, no, you still did it. And I had to fix the me issue and realize that what I was going through has so much to do with what I was ignoring in myself and her taking from me and not being able to get what I want, which ultimately I was able to a long time afterwards. It was like a year or so afterwards before I actually even recovered. And still now I'm paranoid, but it was the first time I ever had to look in the mirror and take accountability for what was happening in my business, in my life, and realize that I let my kids down because I chose to not listen to myself and please somebody else. And man, that's hard to sleep with at night, right? So I end up even having to get therapy and deal with those things and deal with trust issues because then I didn't want any friends. And then when I did need a support system, I didn't want to go to anyone else for support. And that's truly why people end up killing themselves. That's loneliness you feel when you're embarrassed. And I had to work through that. And I finally had to go and sit down with friends and my family and just be like, hey, it's bad. I know you see me still traveling all over the world and doing all this stuff. But when I tell you it ain't nothing in there, it's nothing there, you know? So I think that was the biggest thing for me because it was dealing with the fact that I didn't know how to love myself at 30 years old. And I missed some signs that could have helped me do better by my kids.
Amazing. All of you guys with everything that you said, very touching. And you don't have to be a woman to feel everything that you've said. You just have to have a heart. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And sometimes it's bitterness, sometimes it's strength and encouragement, sometimes it's sadness, it's hate. It could be whatever's in the heart. It's going to come out. So all of you guys, I want to say thank you for sharing all of those things. Now, I want you guys, and start with you, Tona. I want you guys to give a word of encouragement, not just to the audience, but to the panel as well.
Okay. First, before I do that, thank you for doing this. The thing about it is we always talk about women empowerment and helping women and growing and appreciating us. But that starts with people of other genders, like the men who say, I'm going to be in the room. I'm going to be on the panel. I'm going to ask the questions. I'm going to be a part of that. So I want to acknowledge that for you and all of the men and other women around the world that take out time to empower women because we need that. A word of encouragement to everybody around the world and everybody on this panel is something that I heard a couple of weeks ago. If it's bad, this too shall pass. If it gets real, real good, this too will still pass. So if there's anything you can learn in life, whether you are on the mountaintop or you're in the valley low, the one thing that is consistent about life is change. And if you can embrace the good moments when you're on the mountaintop and understand when you're in the valley that you're going to get through it because this too shall pass, then the best is yet to come. The worst is yet to come, but through it all, it'll be a beautiful journey, and it'll be something that you can look back on and say, I survived the tough moments and I soared in the high moments.
Amen. Leslie, one word of encouragement for the panel and to the people watching all over the world.
Well, mine is not exactly a word of encouragement, but it's kind of like a request. I'm new to like this Instagram and all of that kind of stuff. So the other night, I was on there and I saw a video of a young lady twerking, and the man was behind her and he actually put his foot on her back. And, you know, why would you put your foot on a woman's back? And why would the woman do that, do that to herself? And then I had to think, she's a young girl. Maybe she didn't have that guidance. Maybe she didn't have someone to tell her, baby, you don't have to do this to get attention, or you're special on your own. You don't have to look for validation from a man. So I talked to my daughter. I have a 20-year-old, and I said, Raven, when I was in school, they called me Wonder Woman. And he's like, Wonder Woman? I said, yeah, because all the guys, they wondered what I had going on. You don't have to put it out there. Just be who you are, be yourself. And you don't have to, take your clothes off or get reduced to basically a doll when he put his foot on her back. I try to explain it to my daughter. So I guess my thing is that if you have a daughter, or not even if you don't have a daughter, just reach out to some, the girls in your community, or girls from your church or somewhere, and give them encouragement and show them what a lady should be, and show them that we're strong, and that we don't have to degrade ourselves to get attention. And I tell my daughter, I said, what are you, Raven? She said, Wonder Woman. I said, yes, that's you. You make them wonder who you are and what you are. Don't give it away. So I would encourage the panel to, if you could, just reach out to some, girls in your community, in your church, or in your neighborhood, and just help build them up. Show them what a woman is, because these girls need that these days. They really do. I see so much stuff on the little TikTok videos and that kind of thing, that, hey, come on now, we're women, and we have the power. We have the power. I can sit straight up and not move and have all the attention in the room. I don't have to shake my butt to do that. So if we can come together as women, as grown, mature women, and get these young girls and help them to see that there's more than shaking your butt and the eyelashes and the hair and all of this. That's my thing. That's my vision, for the next few years of my life. I want to encourage young girls. I want to impact some lives, and that's it.
There it is. And that ain't just it. That is it, but that's a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel, one encouraging word or empowering word or suggestion or piece of advice or what have you, whatever's in your heart for the panel and for the audience.
Well, it's so hard to follow up behind Leslie and Shatana that, it's very difficult to follow up behind them. I think they gave some great advice, but I would say, continue to follow your dreams and your passions, do whatever makes you happy, and don't listen to the naysayers and stuff like that. I get a lot of grief because of the industry I'm in and stuff like that, but I just continue to work hard and more opportunities come my way. So I just, one of my favorite quotes about Oprah is, every new day is a chance to get things right. So you have the opportunity to, look upon the future, and you can't do anything about the past, but you have the opportunity to look towards the future. And every day you wake up is a new chance to get things right.
Very good. The best thing about our back is that it's behind us. Tisha.
Rachel said it really, really well. Like, honestly, everything that has been said until now I'm speaking, I mean, oh my goodness. I think, if I really just want to put it into like if I just want to say it, like, just have confidence. Have confidence in yourself. That's the most important thing because that's what matters. And it's literally confidence in yourself. That's what matters. Like, that's it. Just in yourself, not in anything else, anybody else, any job else. Just have confidence in yourself. And I really think it all falls kind of in after that. I mean, you have to work for it. You have to obviously strive for it, but it's for you.
Patrice.
Yes, words of encouragement. I want to tell all of you ladies that I see you. I love you. You guys are phenomenal women. And as phenomenal women, what we do is reach out to other phenomenal women. They see us. And just like Shatona was saying, I had no idea that she was, looking and seeing. So we don't know who's looking. We may be doubting ourselves, but the first thing and the last thing we have to remember is to love yourself. Love yourself and believe in you because you can do anything. That's it.
Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things. Wait a minute. I can do all things.
Mhm.
So you guys did it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. A couple of social media comments before we get up out of here. Glenda Jackson says, ooh, she got the nice shoe game right there, Glenda. What's up with that? Hit me on the DM on Twitter with about your shoe game info. Yes, she is what she said. And I think she was talking about Leslie when she said, I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to speculate. And then we have Landa Hearn. She said yes. And
That's my sister.
Yes. Say that right. That's yes.
Oh, I can't. As a man, I don't need to know. I can't say it like that, cuz come on now. I'm not doing that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So shameless plug time. This is my favorite part of the show. Plug your business, side hustle, any projects you have going on, social media. How can people hear you, see you, kick it with you, skate with you, all that? Tona, go.
Hey, okay, so look, I do a lot from TV to public relations to everything. So just come follow me. Shatona J. Nelson is how you see my name spelled. Put a J in there. Anywhere you want to find me, I'm going to be there. And I promise you, is where you want to be. My page is where you want to be, child.
Leslie.
Look, I think I said mine before that I'm starting this new little outreach for young girls and ladies. So you can reach me on Facebook and on Instagram. It's something new that I'm starting. So just work with me. I think my girl here, I think we're going to get together and do some stuff. So yeah, just look out for us.
Yeah, and definitely link up with us, through Messenger, because we want to help you promote that. Okay.
Right.
All right, Rachel, come on with it. How long we been doing this? How long we been doing this?
I'm sorry, Willie. I'm sorry. I am on Instagram and Twitter as the 1ST Lady of Sports. I'm on Snapchat as well, even though I don't know how to work it. I'm on that. I'm on TikTok as well as the First Lady of Sports, and I don't know how to work that either. So I have those entities. And then you can catch my show, Her in the Huddle, on WOVU 95.9 FM. And then you can listen to WOVU.org. So you can listen worldwide. And I am on Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
And she does make frequent appearances on shows that are with the Shakeback Media Group, to include the hashtag Brothers of Baseball, as well as the Ballers Report and others. Okay, Tisha.
I'm literally just on Twitter at here, like the number 4 football KC. I know you hate that, but it is what it is. But yeah, other than that, no, that's it. At here for football KC.
I hate them. I hate them.
Hate is such a strong word. You know?
It's strong.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, when it
It's
comes
also
to
understood. I totally get it.
okay, so let me ask you this then, real quick, before we go to Patrice. Which word is stronger? Which word has a stronger emotion? Loathe, hate, or despise?
It's hate.
It's hate. It's hate all day.
I have the answer. It's love.
See, that's what I be talking about right there. Okay, babe.
Love
Was
has
that
the
an
strongest
option?
emotion.
Was that an option?
Yeah, it
It's
is
always
now.
an option.
The boss
Just
said the boss
Came
said
on. I think we just did that. Yep.
yeah. We
just did
should
that.
end the show with that part right there. All right, babe. Side hustle projects, anything you have going on?
I am Patrice Epting. I am in my last year of education for 31 years, so I will be retiring soon. I will be beginning my own podcast, which is Don't Jump, the podcast, which is going to specialize in mental health for all people. And so you can join me on Instagram with Don't Help. Don't jump.
Oh.
Don't not help. Don't jump, the podcast.
All right.
You realize that she's going to need her own tour bus, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. We
But
got
I
a
do
couple
want to
other.
say something before you close.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
want to tell Leslie that I was trying to hold back my giggles when you said that you were Wonder Woman. And here's the reason why. Because when Willie was telling me how you were his first date, he said, I just wonder why we never had a second date. So that was so funny because you are Wonder Woman.
And you know what? He calls that a date. That was not a date. That was 8th grade. You know.
But he always wondered why y'all never had another one.
He was my brother. You know, going on a date with your brother, you know.
Why do they never know that they're your brother? Why do they never know that?
No, get with it. Get with it.
Don't make me do this. I'm not even. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and give y'all this, and we're going to be done with it. That's what it is.
Yay.
Great job, ladies. This was phenomenal.
All right. So a couple other social media comments before we bounce. Glenda says again, yes, Leslie, son, put the shoe game pick up. All you ladies were amazing. Hallelujah. That's what we were striving for. Dorothy Washington says amazing as well. We appreciate you guys checking in. This will be available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasting materials. So with that being said, it's time to go, y'all. For Shatona Nelson. For Leslie Jones. For the First Lady of Sports, Rachel Hill. For Tisha C and her Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, by the way, I hate them. And of course, for Patrice Epting, this is Willie Epting. You guys have been listening to Celebration of Women's History Month, Part 2. We gonna get up out of here. Y'all stay safe. Y'all hug each other. Y'all love each other. I promise it's gonna be all right. And we'll holler at y'all again real soon. Peace.
Get at me. Get at me.
Peace. We out.